But exactly what is Joseph Foreman appealing? But look what that judge did. He said that both sides must pay the cost of all of these proceedings equally.
Multiple people counted the cash and the numbers didn't add up.
Whoops!
Afroman took his lawyer with him to collect the cash that was taken during the seizure.
OG Afroman says, I'm appealing Judge Jackass Jonathan. Help the pedophile with the Zero Police Hines decision of dismissing my claims. I'm also appealing his decision to make me split court costs with the loser cops who sued me. Today is a great day to file an appeal. Happy 420, everybody.
Breaking news, Joseph Foreman, some of you may know him as Afroman, is appealing the decision for which he won because of various reasons. Let's watch.
It's just giving this notice that he's going to appeal up to the 4th District Court of Appeals. That's what covers Adams County, where this trial took place.
Before you submit your actual appeal, you provide the court with notice that you're going to appeal, and that's what Afroman did here, but let's find out why.
Where this trial took place. Next we have just the request to, it looks like what's going to be to the court reporter. Comes now the defendant, Joseph Foreman, aka Afroman, states as follows. To the appellee. So we're writing here to the appellee. Hereby states that he intends to include in the record a complete transcript of the trial proceedings, including opening statements, evidence, and final. It says augments? Oops. Must mean arguments.
Arguments, augments, what's the difference? Either way, Joseph Foreman is informing the court that he needs all the documents, information, and transcripts from the actual trial in order to get his appeal. Before you can submit your final appeal, after you submit this notice, you must inform the court, in particular the transcriber, of all the testimony that you need those transcripts in order to submit your appeal, and that's what we're seeing right here.
Immediately prepare and assemble the original papers and exhibits. Get that Lisa video together and send it upwards.
Come on, Lisa. Came to town.
And you better believe Afroman's greatest hits, including Lick 'em Lolisa, will be a part of this appeal. But exactly what is Joseph Foreman appealing? We see in this final order signed by the judge that all the Cryberry cops' claims were dismissed. However, look what that judge did. He said that both sides must pay the cost of all of these proceedings equally. And generally the cost won't be that much. But old Afroman, rightfully so, doesn't want to pay anything because he won. In addition to appealing the cost allocation, Joseph Foreman filed defamation claims that were dismissed previously before the trial. He's also appealing them, and those are a big deal. We will see what happens once the final appeal is submitted.
Mine eyes seen the corruption of the Adams County cops.
Afroman took his lawyer with him to collect the cash that was taken during the seizure.
One of the biggest issues Afroman had with the cops, besides breaking down his door, breaking down his gate, and then not paying for it, is stealing some of his money. And here we have the news footage for when Afroman went to pick up his cash. Let's watch.
Stealing money, stealing cake when they make their traffic stop.
I always videotape it.
Yeah.
This is the moment the Adams County Sheriff's Office brought in the cash that was taken from Afroman's home. You can see both bags were sealed.
So that's the 641, and this is 4390.
All right.
Multiple people counted the cash and the numbers didn't add up.
Whoops.
The cash seized by officers that day was $400 short.
Uh-oh, that's not good. But luckily for these crybaby cops, we know Afroman will take this in stride and definitely won't issue any songs with regard to them stealing his money.
First they screw you, then they sue you. Play games and dismiss your claims. The proof's on the internet.
It certainly is, and we just saw the proof there. When Afroman went to pick up his cash, clearly the rep from the county said there was $400 missing.
I don't have an answer for you.
We were taken into a small interview room, and then the evidence handler, she came in with those sealed bags with cash inside. She talked about some legalese, how we were being recorded, and then they started counting. Well, I watched 3 people count that cash, and it came up short. I did, of course, call the sheriff's office tonight. They said they're going to be looking into that first thing in the morning.
Yeah, take your time. Why look into it tonight? When a man's missing $400 after this fraudulent break-in of his property, it should be your #1 priority, not putting it off to the next day.
My name is Mike Robinson. I'm a deputy sheriff at the Claremont County Sheriff's Office and been employed there for 35 years. I'm also, I've been certified Cellbrite examiner.
Oh no, another Cellbrite certified examiner. Those of us that filed the Karen Reed case know that basically anyone can get that certification.
Ian Whiffin, I'm the digital forensics examiner and decoding product manager for Cellbrite. Decoding product manager at Cellbrite.
Certified Cellbrite examiner.
You just mentioned Cellbrite. Is that where you were?
It is, yes.
Where did you go to school and what, if any, degree did you receive then?
Okay, I didn't get a degree. I'm originally from the UK.
The way Ian can explain extremely technical details is astounding. So I personally thank you, and I love learning from you and watching you do this, but this is truly the masterclass. If you want to learn how to do courtroom testimony.
Would you agree that 32 degrees Fahrenheit is the freezing point in Fahrenheit?
This is a good question.
You watch Ian Whiffin. I'm going to give you a little applause here.
Would you agree that 32 degrees Fahrenheit is the freezing point in Fahrenheit?
I honestly wouldn't know.
The kids think Ian's a doctor because he's so smart. So he's Dr. Whiffin, according to our household.
Okay, I didn't get a degree. I'm originally from the UK.
But this is one of the officers that was tasked with figuring out why Afroman's money came up short.
Which is the conducting forensic cell phone data extractions. I also serve as a backup coroner investigator with the Claremont County Sheriff's Office.
The backup examiner, loser. Why don't we get the first string in here?
Did you have occasion to conduct an investigation into an alleged missing amount of cash at the Adams County Sheriff's Department, the evidence room in particular?
Yes. So the body cam footage that I reviewed in the one room that was counted as $4,390, and it was clear to me that there was a miscount of $390. You can see as he starts, he lays two $100 bills on the ground. With $200 on the ground, you can hear him count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then he shuffles the money. He lays a single $100 bill down, and now he's counting 7, 8, 9, 10. So what he's counting as $1,000 is clearly that he only has $600 in the pile. So he writes down on a piece of paper $4,390, when in fact the $390 doesn't really exist.
Well, that clears that issue up.
Your review of the body cam convinced you that that was the source of the discrepancy between the $4,000 that was actually in the bag and the $4,390 that was written on the bag?
Absolutely.
But what about a review of the body camera footage that clearly shows a missing piece of Mama's lemon pound cake?
What was that?
A lemon pound cake.
Now, you mentioned a second bunch of money that was collected from another floor or another room. Can you tell us about your investigation into that alleged discrepancy?
I could not make a determination like I could on the other count. It was counted as $641 was what was written on the packaging, when in essence, I believe when it was returned to the homeowner, I believe $631 was actually in the bag.
Close enough.
And so this would be the spreadsheet that you attached to your report?
Yeah, that's correct. It obviously states that there were some found what we indicated to be open.
And that would be unsealed?
Yes.
So when it says open on here, it means unsealed?
That's what we put in there. Yeah.
Uh-oh, looks like the investigator not only found that there was missing money for Afroman, but there was multiple containers that had cash in it that were open. If you look here on the spreadsheet, when you see open, tin open, that means that it was open and not sealed.
It wouldn't be so far to believe that it was a possible miscount of the $10.
I'd like you to look at the second to last paragraph. I submitted a subpoena for the raw footage from Channel 19. Why would you submit for the footage of a news agency when you could have interviewed one of the people standing in the room there because she was with you the whole time as the evidence technician?
Well, I thought the raw footage may involve some assistance in Wild County money, so that footage was in reference to the money being counted or returned to the homeowner.
So that footage is more important than a witness who stood there, who had power over it, whose duty was the responsibility to watch that?
I think video and audio are just as important.
But your audit showed a discrepancy of over 10% of all of the money and evidence, correct?
I think it was 66 items and 7 discrepancies.
They only failed to return the actual amount of cash that they seized illegally 10% of the time. They're close enough.
So whatever that percentage is.
You testified during your audit. You had 3 that indicated less.
That is correct. The search warrant return should have $4,390 as one count and $641 as the other count.
Which adds up to over $5,000?
Yes.
Uh-oh, that means Afroman was shorted $400, and of course his claim that his money was stolen from him is clearly valid, even based upon this big dope's accounting of all the flaws that occur not only during this procedure, but other procedures for which people's money was obtained via a search warrant in this county. Generally speaking, the court costs that Afroman is appealing are not that significant. They range anywhere from a couple $100s to maybe a few thousand, but either way, I don't blame Afroman for appealing this old judge's decision, making him pay half, especially when he defeated all the claims made by those crybaby cops. And as soon as we get our hands on that appeal, we will review it right here.
What was that?
Lemon pound cake.
Mama's lemon pound cake.
It's everywhere.